What could have prepared you for anything like this, or is there anything you could have done as an administrator to prepare for something like this? I mean, how does that affect you?
You can't prepare for a specific event because everyone is different. There have been campus tragedies all too often, I'm afraid, not just in this country, but they certainly seem more common here than other places. So what we have done on this campus, and it's been done on, I'm sure, every other major university campus in this country, is that we have a disaster preparedness plan, a team that is responsible for making sure that when a disaster hits, that the appropriate responses are in place. And that team just did a marvelous job. In this particular case, it was a combination of the university and the community that responded, and responded extraordinarily quickly.
A lot of large employers, such as the university here and the university system, have workplace violence policies or things like that. Does the school have a policy concerning that, or how to report that or respond to that?
We have appropriate reporting procedures that are standard in any HR operation, and we make sure that our policies are consistent with the University of Alabama system, and they are no different to, again, the policies that would be in place at any other major university.
I understand that either in late 2008 or 2009, a group of students had submitted either signed a petition or some complaints concerning Dr. Bishop's interaction with them and her teaching style, and this was apparently forwarded to the department head, Dr. Padilla, who apparently did nothing with it or whatever. What would be the university's policy about students who have grievances with faculty?
I'm hearing these reports. I have not seen the petition. It has not worked its way through the university system, and that is how any student complaint is handled. There are student complaints, there are faculty complaints. These are relatively few in terms of the size of this university. We're very proud of our teachers and the welcoming, supportive atmosphere that we have here. And the department chair can handle it. The department chair is leading the department. If he or she feels that that is sufficient, it is their decision. If they feel it requires action at a higher level, it would go to the dean, who is responsible for leading the college, and then to the provost, who leads academic affairs. And that's where student issues are handled. If there are student issues outside the classroom, then we have a dean of student affairs, and that dean is responsible for the life of students on this campus.
Have you talked to the dean of students or the provost to find out what the status was on the complaint?
Again, as far as I know, that investigation that just surfaced, so the allegation that just surfaced recently, is being investigated.
It's been reported that even after Dr. Bishop was in custody, a background check was performed, and it did not reveal any history on her that might have raised any red flags as far as employment or continuing employment. I know you vet people academically.
Yes, we do.
How do you vet people on the personal side that are going to be interacting with young people on a daily basis? And if so, if not, do you plan on making any changes?
Again, you're correct that actually the Huntsville police did a background check after the event and reported to us a couple of days ago that it revealed nothing that would have caused concern even now, never mind back in 2003 when Dr. Bishop was hired. Of course, in the aftermath of events like this, the university will look at its policies, its procedures, and everything from the emergency response to the interactions within academic affairs. It's too soon to say exactly how we will even address the process of examining the issues, but we will do that, and we will find out where there are ways that we can improve in all of these aspects.
Is there a way? I would say how can you, but really can you know that much about a person? Is that kind of a risk that you take whenever you bring someone in and they even if you run a background check and they pass it?
Yeah. I think it will be inappropriate for me to speculate. That's not that's an area of expertise that we have in human resources. They'll be deeply involved in those questions.
How does the university move on from here? This is obviously a tragedy that no one would ever want or imagine happening. You've got thousands of students, hundreds of faculty and staff. How do you move the university forward, and what do you see as the best way to proceed in the future for the University of Alabama?
Well, the last week has seen a tremendous outpouring of support, both within the campus. Hundreds of students have stayed on campus, and many people have chosen to come into work and continue trying to keep the university moving forward. So there's already the basis of the ongoing putting together of the university. Monday will be the day that we restart the whole educational process with a full range of classes, and some events will take place on the weekend. We are focusing entirely at the moment on the memorial service, which will take place on Friday evening at 7 o'clock. It's very important that the members of the university, the members of the community, particularly the families of those who were so tragically affected, have the time to grieve and to mourn their loved ones. And also for those who are injured, staff member and faculty members still in the hospital, that we focus on working with their families to help bring them back to full health and back into the heart of the university. That being said, there are, again, unfortunately, other examples of universities that have faced similar tragedies. We're working closely with Northern Illinois University and Virginia Tech, with individuals at all levels within those universities, to learn from the ways that they have very successfully brought the campuses back together with a renewed sense of purpose and the opportunity to grow from the tragedies that they experienced.
Would you call this something that you and any other administrator would dread having to face? I mean, you plan for it, but you hope it'll never happen. And what keeps you going?
Yeah, of course, that's a natural example of something that you would hope never happens. But again, we plan for this. The responsibility for that comes not just with my job, but with the leadership of the university right across the board. And the leadership has come together in a remarkable way over the last several days to address all the issues that come about by this kind of terrible event.
What keeps you going as someone that has to deal with all the things you've had to deal with?
Well, this is just an extraordinary university. We have talented students, we have brilliant scholars, we have committed staff members. All of them have been affected by this tragedy, and yet all of them are working to build the university back together again. I'm just one of hundreds, and ultimately will be thousands of people who will rebuild this university in ways that make it even better than it was before.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.